Can we be drinking? Is this acceptable?
I don't know.
Can I swear I just said shit? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. No, we were, like I said, university. Nobody
that's right, swearing and drinking is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, recreational drug use.
Yeah. So, you want to introduce the band?
Yes. I'm Sam. I play in a band called Junior Battles. The rest of the band is just off camera right now. Earlier laughing at me and calling me a nerd, but now not listening, so I feel really good about it. Was that a good introduction? Okay. All right. You guys have been together for 2 years, so coming from a bunch of different bands, is it like a really to have something solid going finally? Or? Sorry, say that again, because I couldn't hear you over Mike from Dig It Up just jabbering a bunch like a dick.
So,
what were you saying?
You've been together for 2 years.
Yeah.
And you came from a bunch of different bands. Is it like nice to have something solid to work with finally? Or?
Yeah, like the other band that we kind of had done before this was just constantly in a state of flux. And I'm really proud of the stuff that we did with it, but it was really hard to have any sense of regularity with it because people were just coming and going all the time. So it never really coalesced and started to feel like a real band. Whereas, like, everyone that is in this band now is like absolutely like my best friend, which is really cool. Like Joel, our drummer, is getting married in October and informed us that we're all in the wedding party, which I'm so excited about. We're going to have to throw him some sort of awesome band bachelor party that he doesn't know about yet, and hopefully he won't watch this video and then find out. But yeah, it's even more so than having something solid to work with creatively, it's really satisfying just to be able to like hang out with your friends all the time. And we had what turned into an 8-hour drive today to get here, and just had a blast. And just we're singing like Fastball and Seal and Prince the whole way. And it's nice to just be able to like spend time with the people that you like to spend time with. Justin and I just do all the driving because we really like to drive, and they don't like to drive as much, so they do less of the driving. Justin is the best at parking. Like we send him to go park in Montreal. He takes photos of parking jobs that he does. Like we were in New York for kind of a couple of days doing stuff, and he literally every time he parked the van would take a photo of it. So he's the best at parking.
Really proud of it too.
Yeah, no, like he's a total dick about it. He has a huge ego. It's really frustrating. But yeah, that's probably the hierarchy. And so it's not even good or bad. It's just like I just like driving more. Yeah, exactly.
And he takes pictures.
And he takes pictures.
That's pretty funny. I've never heard of that. Like,
that's because it's stupid. It's really dumb. He's a real jerk. Yeah, that's going to cause problems. That is going to be problematic.
That's going to break up the band.
That's it. Thanks so much. You should feel good about really beginning the end of Junior Battles here. I know.
So pretend for a second that I'm a non-fan.
Yes.
Talk to me a bit about Idle Ages. What can someone who's never heard Junior Battles expect from this record?
For me, what I like about what we do, as someone who occasionally listens to our own music, is that I like to think that that record is sort of based in all of the music that we grew up listening to, all of the sort of mid-90s epitaph bands that kind of defined this certain period in our lives, but also with a really kind of honest eye towards the other stuff that we all enjoy. So it's not a strictly throwback pop punk record. You know, it has these other elements. It has, stuff that to my ear sounds like Shiner, and stuff to my ear that sounds like The Hold Steady, and it probably just all sounds like Fall Out Boy to everyone else. Thank you.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, and it's
we
like
would not play that. I'm sorry.
I know. I mean, I have nothing against Fall Out Boy, but I've never listened. I've never even fucking listened to that band, and it's like the number one thing that we get compared to, and it drives me completely insane. So, that to me is what I enjoy about what we do, because I love listening to pop punk, but it's not the only thing that I listen to, as demonstrated by our, van playlist on the way here. And so to me, that is what I like about Idle Ages, and what I hope someone else who enjoys the record might get out of it. My current favorite song on the record is Ever Get the Feeling You've Been Cheated, which is the sort of like faster aggro song that has Damien from Fucked Up on it. And I think that is something that I've really started to enjoy playing live recently, and to me kind of demonstrates, I think, what I like about the band, which is that we have these other elements kind of coming in, like getting Damien from Fucked Up to come in and sing on a song was like really exciting for us, and I think he kind of fits into what we do in a way that you wouldn't necessarily expect based on the fact that 90% of our music is super melodic and has me and Aaron harmonizing all the time. And it has like some weird stuff, like I'm playing guitar kind of up on the head and like trying to make weird guitar sounds and stuff, and so it's really fun live because you get to do something a little bit different with it. And it sort of has a really weird structure. I think it ends in a place that's not remotely similar to where it started. So on a creative level, I find it really satisfying. So that for me right now is kind of the jam.
He's not lying, it's a really good song. Anyways.
Thank you for backing me up and making me not look like a liar. I appreciate it.
You guys are from Southern Ontario. Obviously, you know how hard it is and how far Canadian bands have to tour to get their stuff out there. Any thoughts about that? Any like comments on that?
I think Ontario is better than some parts of the country, but still really hard, especially as compared to the States. And we got visas pretty early on to be able to go and tour down in the States, because the problem is once you leave this little corridor of like, you can do Toronto and then you can kind of go to Windsor and you can sort of go to Montreal. Montreal's still like a fucking 6-hour drive. And that's sort of it. After that, the drives are really long and you don't know if the shows are going to be good. So we just kind of like left and went and I've done the States a bunch of times. And I think that's been a lot of fun. I think it's tough, it's a lot of work, and it costs money to get visas, but it's really, really worth it. You're kind of at a disadvantage being a band from Ontario and having to like stay in this kind of box. So as a result, the same sort of communities don't develop that develop in the States. And I think that's a shame. But I think it's getting there, and I think that like there are more and more sort of interesting houses or like alternative venues that are developing, especially in that kind of Southern Ontario corridor where you have, you know, houses in Guelph, or, you know, we played at a vegan cafe in Kitchener this week. It was awesome, and I think there are things that are happening, but I think it's harder and a lot slower.
I've seen you guys refer to like any genre from emo to country punk or something like that.
Yeah, I saw someone call us country punk once, and I was like, you are reaching.
What?
There's no, like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
But, like, if you had to label yourselves, what would you call yourselves?
I like to think that we're a pop punk band.
Yeah.
Like, we're a pop punk band. And within that, there is a million different things that you could say, but that's the core of what we do. That kind of defines where we're coming from.
So, is Fall Out Boy, another pop punk band, the worst label you could get from anybody? Or?
Like, I don't mind the Fall Out Boy thing. Hold on. Oh, okay. I thought someone was going to walk past. I don't mind it because I don't think that Fall Out Boy is a bad band, but I think that most of the time it gets thrown at us in this like really disparaging way. People are like, yeah, they're a pretty good band, but they fucking sound like Fall Out Boy. And you're like, my God, we sound nothing like Fall Out Boy. Like, we actually, it's really funny because Joel and Justin both have literally just never heard Fall Out Boy, and because they don't really like listen to that, like they literally don't listen to it at all. I have one Fall Out Boy song on my iPod, and then Zorgel's iPod was on shuffle when we were driving here, and so a Fall Out Boy song came on, and he had to tell everyone kind of what it was, and there was this pause, and then Justin's like, I guess it sounds a little bit like us, but it doesn't. It was a joke. That was the point. And so I think it's just like, they're a good band, and I think that they like, I have nothing bad to say about Fall Out Boy, but I just don't like that people insult us by calling us that. I'm like, it just seems really lazy. Like, it's like, oh, you're a punk band that has like melodic vocals. So that's it. That's the only similarity.
Yeah. Maybe the animosity is coming from the whole like dudes wearing eyeliner, which is ridiculous, you know? Like,
It is
who cares
crazy.
about that?
Well, I just think especially in sort of the like community that we kind of play in, like fest, punk news kind of thing, like 90% of those bands all sing like this. And here's the thing, they're all fucking pretending. They're all pretending. None of them actually talk like that. Like Chuck Reagan talks like that, and like, you know, that's it. No one else actually has that voice. It's a total affectation. And because we don't pretend to be like, people are like, oh, they sound like Fall Out Boy. I'm like, no, we just know how to sing. Like, that's it. And so that's why it bums me out, because it's like, I feel like it's like people calling us posers, and I'm like, no, you're the fucking posers. It really gets my ire up.
You don't even smoke. What are you talking about?
That's the thing, is like, you don't smoke. I don't smoke, that's why my voice is so pretty.
You have a music video for Basements from your self-titled EP. Are there any like plans to do a music video this time around?
Yeah, we have a friend of ours, Chris Nash, who is supposedly editing a video right now. Huh?
He does a lot of things for Ontario bands. Am I crazy?
Yeah, no, he's done. I think this would probably actually be his first music video. He's done a bunch of short films and stuff.
Oh.
And he's done a bunch of stuff with like Spooky Rubin. And he's just like this really twisted, weird dude that I fucking love. And he makes really inventive sort of practical effects. And he's right now working on a video for With Honors that he told me is going to be done by December 20th. But I don't know, it involves a bunch of explosions. Like he's going to High Park in Toronto and blowing up a bunch of these like worms that he's made. And there's all these people with masks, and there's like a slug man. We're not in it, so I have no idea what's happening, but he sent me storyboards for it, and it's awesome. So hopefully that video will be done before the new year. It's being worked on right now, so we'll see.
Sounds awesome. You're in the director's chair, Infinite Resources. What's your ideal junior battles music video look like?
Oh, Unlimited Resources?
Yep.
We obviously we go to space.
Okay.
And we drink a bunch of like Chivas, I guess, like or like a good whiskey. And it's just us hanging out in space. Like I just literally use the money to go to space. And like we bring all of our friends, we bring like Dig It Up and Prevenge and you know, all of our Montreal friends, and we go to space, and it's a space party. That's it. That's the only concept. Yeah, you can come. Of course you can come. Yeah. All of our CJLO crew is invited to the space party. Yeah.
You might hate me after this question.
I'm ready. I got a bottle. I'll smash it. We'll fight. I'll stab you.
Please do that. That'd be great.
Yeah. No, I know you have to go to a family dinner, so it's
No, I mean do it. It'd be great to
you really do. Oh, yeah. Okay. It'll be like okay.
Just on the book.
Okay. Always thinking. That's good. You got to think about this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm always on. They seem really nice, but like really on.
What's good for television? Yeah. I'll start cutting. I'll do like an Iggy Pop kind of thing. It'll be awesome.
I interviewed your buddy Eric from Oak Pioneers, right? And he told us to ask you, and I quote, about that one time they almost broke up at Fest 9.
Oh, we didn't almost break up. That's a tremendous exaggeration. That is amazing. I wish that you were interviewing him again after us and I could say some dickish thing to tell him.
You want to give me a dirt? Oh wait, he's not Oak Pioneers.
Yeah, he's not Oak Pioneers anymore. Yeah. Next time we do a Black Clouds interview, ask him about how much he sucks. That's it. That's my only question. The first night of Fest 9, we all drank Four Locos, and I believe Justin and Zorgel were up to being full wizards, which I don't know if you're familiar with Wizard Wands as a college student, but it's when you're drinking cans, you finish one can and then you start a new can, you tape the new can to the bottom until you're a wizard. So I didn't have a wizard staff, so I don't really know what level of wizard I was, but the other guys were like literally almost at full wizard. And then we went to try to go play this warehouse show, and we were just like, it was not a good idea for us to like think that we could play a show. And we're not like, we will never play drunk, and we're not like drunks, we're not like cool like that, but we definitely were just like not where we should have been that night and just fucking flipped out on each other. And it was, in retrospect, super funny, but it was great because Eric, who doesn't drink, was kind of there through the whole thing, just like while we're, you know, just being dicks. So the next day, we all bought each other a beer and a taco and everything is fine. So again, they're like my best friends on the fucking planet, so it's kind of like, occasionally you gotta just get drunk and yell at somebody, I guess.
Yeah, no, but that's a good thing about best friends, because you can do that.
That's the thing. It's like there's no damage. Any other people I've yelled at, not friends anymore. Those guys, all good.
That's cool.
That's so funny. What a dick.
On the flip side, what's one instance where you really thought like, wow, it's great to be in junior battles. I love being in this band. You know, it's fantastic.
I mean, like Fest 10, this last fest was. I mean, we had flown down to Fest for the first time, like didn't do the tour, And so we weren't really that tired, and we played on a Sunday, and my voice was absolutely shot from like screaming at everything and not sleeping and yelling at the World Series on television in our crappy hotel room. And we played for like, the bar was full, there was a fucking line, like it was insane. It was, you know, you put all this work into something and you sort of hope that someone gives a shit about it, and then when that is validated for you, and not that you deserve it, you know, it's not one of those things you're like, hey Liz, of course we had this coming. You're just like, I've worked so hard for this, we've all worked so hard for this, and so to have that moment of like, people fucking are into this. Like, my voice was shot. I couldn't fucking sing at all, and like the whole room was singing, and it was just like a really special. There's like people there from fucking England and Scotland, and you know, I couldn't have asked for like a sort of more life-affirming kind of moment to have, and so it's just like we're super lucky for that. So that's like the most recent like, fuck yeah, kind of moment. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's worth the hole in the van, you know, basically.
Worth freezing skiing to Montreal.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got dreams strapped to
Okay.
and they told you what to be.
That guy's angry.
So you spilled your guts.
Changes in this song.
All you got was a dial tone.
When I have my own show, it'll be better.
When we don't own anything else, still have ourselves. When we don't own anything else, we'll still have ourselves. When we don't own anything else, we'll still have ourselves.